What's up, guys? Welcome back to a long-awaited episode of Dino Fender Wisdom. I wanted to make this video like a week ago, but it decided to be stupid and not record, and it didn't even download. So that was really fun. I hope that will not happen this time, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, so just playing regular old carnivores today, so that's pretty epic. Okay, so I just recorded some parts, and I recorded 5 minutes of stuff, and it already glitched out and did not download, so that's really awesome. I'm gonna have to go through the same talking points that I've said 2 times now. I love my phone. I think I might have had too many videos in my deleted thing. I don't know. But anyways, we'll just ignore that. Honestly, puberty was not that bad. I mean, I know I'm technically still going through it. I'm a teenager, but all the books and all the things that you learn about in school, they made it seem like it, oh, you're gonna be really scared. You might be scared while it happens. But honestly, I never really felt that much of a difference. Maybe it was more gradual for me. I don't know. But they made it seem like, one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna have some new crazy feature, when it really wasn't. And I remember thinking early preteen, my early preteen years, being damn, bro, I didn't really feel that different from myself in elementary school. Obviously I felt a little different, but it wasn't oh my god, this new weird thing, I have this new weird thing. It was more oh shit, there's hair on my balls. That's probably much different for a woman, because of their whole period things. But I'm just saying, for me as a man, I barely feel anything towards it, honestly. Maybe I'm just cool, I don't know, but I mean, yeah, I just I don't know, started growing facial hair, started growing more leg hair, ball hair, and that was really it. I would just I guess I expected to have some sort of different reaction, but it was always just oh hey, that's new, okay. While I learned back then that it would be very, I don't know, very surprising, very different, when it really wasn't. I've never heard this from anyone else, so if there's any other dudes who, or even ladies, I don't know if that's any different for you guys, but comment down below if you've felt the same way. I don't know. One time in middle school, I was sitting in my German class, and I was at a table with, I think it was 3 girls. I'm not sure. 2 of them were my friends, and there's this other girl. And I was just chilling there, doing, I don't know, I guess my homework or whatever. And she starts talking to me about how she watched a video of a dude fucking a burger. And it really caught me off guard. And she went on for 5 minutes about this video about a dude fucking a burger. And I was dude, I don't want to fucking hear that. I know, like, I might be out of, what's the right word I'm looking for? I don't know. I might be like that, but it's like, dude, I'm in fucking German class, and I'm trying to do my work. Mind you, we weren't, like, friends or anything. Like, I barely knew this chick. She just started talking to me, who basically was kind of a random kid. I know, like, she was kind of new to the school, so when she first came in, like, the beginning of the school year, she kind of talked to my friend group for a little bit. But, yeah, she barely knew me, and she just starts talking about fucking a dude fucking a burger. And anyways, she ended the whole conversation with how, at the end of the video, the dude, he busts a nut in the burger, and he eats it, and she said that the dude said it tasted like, mayo or whatever. So, was that a mayo or, like, ranch? I remember just being like, oh, that's great. That's awesome. Thanks. Yeah, it was very strange, and it's always been kind of in the back of my mind. I'm like, why the fuck was she talking to me about that? I don't know. I honestly wonder if it tasted like mayo or ranch. Because cum is pretty salty, right? I think ranch would be a better allegory, if that's the right word, to compare, or like a good comparison for. Oh my god! Fuck! Oh fuck! Oh, whatever. That's all right. Anyway, yeah. So there's that story. Very interesting thing. I don't know. That German class was pretty wild. So last video, I talked about how I would not give a shit if California sunk underwater. And I still stand by that opinion, right? But I got a comment under that from my good friend Raptor Tech, my gal pal. I feel gross saying that. I'm really sorry. But I got a comment under that, and she responds to that by saying, "Think of the yellow-billed magpies." And I don't disagree with you. I think that's a very good point. So, what I've came up with a solution to still have California sink underwater, but we can think of the yellow-billed magpies. We can think about how to save them. So, basically, before California sinks underwater, right? Maybe it's like partially there. Since the yellow-billed magpies live in like a specific part of California, we would address that by basically we would pick a random small state. I'd say maybe Rhode Island. I think Rhode Island would be a pretty good spot. We would go to Rhode Island, and we would single-handedly eliminate every single corvid there. So like crows, ravens, whatever else lives there. And we would just hunt every single one of them down. And then we would bring the whole population of yellow-billed magpies over there, and they could live there. And I think that's a pretty good solution. Because basically if we make all the corvids extinct in that area, it's not like we're bringing in an invasive species, because they're basically going to fill in the niche that those corvids have. Because I'm sure they're the same thing, right? I'm sure they just have the similar niches. I've never seen this part of the map, actually. This is kind of cool. Huh. Anyways, so the yellow-billed magpies, now moved from California to Rhode Island, would fill in that niche, and all would be pretty good, honestly. I think that would be a great solution. And if any crows or ravens, any of those fuckers want to get back into Rhode Island, go back to their homeland, every house could have like a government-issued, like, shut up, government-issued turret on top of their house. And so if there's any sort of trace, if there's any like hint of another Corvid maybe being in Rhode Island, 40 heat-seeking missiles could just be shot forward. So, there's no way that they could come back into Rhode Island. So anyways, there's my solution to that. I feel like it's a pretty good solution. I'm very proud of coming up with that. So, yeah. So whenever... Jesus, this Margosaurus scared the shit out of me. Whenever California does sink underwater, I still would not give a shit, but we could issue out my government-mandated hunting of corvids in Rhode Island. So, yeah, there you go. Dudes without foreskin just be walking around like they normal. Anyway, Chris Chan had to have had one of the most creative minds ever. This motherfucker created a universe so vast that he believes that he lives in it. That he believes that, like, Sonichu is by his side at all times. I think that really goes to show how creative that man was. Now, fucking his mother, not good. I'm not supporting that, but like, goddamn, bro, he had a very bright and open mind. I think that's, dude, I swear I've seen this before. Why is it giving me that? Anyway, motherfucker thought of just like, he made so many original Sonic characters, that he now believes in his own world building. That is a testament to how creative and how good of a plot, your own story has. Imagine if I started doing that with like imagine if Raptors Attack started doing that with like Dinosaur Village. Imagine if she thought Dinosaur Village was real and you could like travel there. That's basically what happened with Chris Chan. I think that's pretty awesome. Christine Weston Chandler. I don't really give a shit about using the correct pronouns for Chris Chan, since they are a very disgusting person. But there's my little talk about how creative Chris Chan was. Anyway, speaking of pronouns, the other day, or not even the other day, this was like a couple weeks ago. This one girl came into my ceramics class, and she sat at my table with two other girls, right? And they were talking, and eventually I don't know what the fuck? Okay. Eventually they got to talking about how, girl one who, randomly came into our class. Girl one was talking to girl two about how she knew someone who transitioned, they were transgender, and that girl two knew them because they were like at their old school or something. And oh, hello. So girl two asks girl one, she's like, well, what's their name? Like, I wanna, because she didn't know them before, like they transitioned, right? I hope this isn't making sense. I don't know. So girl two asks girl one, she's like, oh, well, what was their name? Like, I want to know who you're talking about. And girl one deadass goes, oh, I don't feel comfortable detonating them. Motherfucker, they're not in the room with you. You can just do that. It's one of those things where, like, you're too woke, honestly. Like, again, I'm gay as fuck, right? I don't care, like, what you want to support. But, oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? They're not in the room. They're never going to know that you detonated them. It's fine. And I assume that this person wouldn't even care in that sort of situation. Like, and like, girl two, she's trying to know who you're talking about. And then you just completely derailed the whole conversation by not naming the person you're talking about, that she's trying to figure out, who it is you're yapping about. It's like, oh my god. Again, like, you're not comfortable with dead naming someone else, really? I don't know, like, it feels like again, you're just too woke. Like you could call them by their old name, especially if someone just wants to know like who they are or who they were. It was just so ridiculous. Oh man, it is. It. I don't want to say it's too try hard, but like, God, sometimes you just gotta like figure out that it's okay to just do something like that. I don't know. If someone wants to fight me on that, I guess you can, but I think I bring up a good point with that. Whenever I'm scrolling Instagram Reels, occasionally I will get this one, like, VTuber, I think. I don't know, I think that's the right term to call him. I will get this one VTuber guy. And his model is a fucking jacked, like, furry panda guy with, like, a massive jawline. Every time I see that shit, I start to laugh hysterically because it catches me so off guard. I'll put on a picture up on screen of what it looks like. But yeah, I just scroll Instagram Reels and boom, there he is. Yeah, I got nothing wrong with being a furry buff panda. Give me a DM. But yeah, it's just like I could not believe my eyes when I first saw that. I was like, what the fuck? It was crazy. Um, you know, not crazy as in like this is like shocking, but more like, whoa, I just found gold on Instagram. I feel like I was gonna. Oh yeah, speaking of buff men, I've been hearing this argument at my school a lot. Um, of is it gayer to give or receive, as in receiving dick or giving dick. And everyone says receive, but honestly, I'm gonna have to go with the a diff. Oh my god, I can't speak. I'm gonna have to go with the opposite answer. I'm gonna say giving is actually gayer than receiving, because like yeah, the person. I think people think receiving dick is more gay, maybe because they're normally more feminine, which I can kind of see that. But the dude on top, he's doing all the work, right? The person on bottom, he might be enjoying it, but he might also not be, right? Like the dude on top, he is choosing to be that gay, to thrust his sword into his where the sun don't shine, you know what I mean? And he is proud, he is passionate, right? And that's my own opinion, cuz like yeah, you're probably more feminine if you're receiving, right? But honestly, again, like taking up the butt, like sure, that's pretty gay, but actually like choosing to like give dick, yeah, I believe that's much gayer. The most annoying thing you could hear in elementary school was 1, 2, 3. That's enough for me. When you're drinking at the water fountain. Oh my god, bro, that shit was so annoying. Like especially after gym. Like I'm tired. I'm sweaty. Like I just want a cool, refreshing beverage to lift up my spirits. And then I got this motherfucker behind me going 1, 2, 3. That's enough for me, dude. I'm just trying to fucking drink, dude. I'm gonna die if I don't have this. If I don't drink from this bubbler. Um, she was so annoying. From the teachers, it was fine, I guess. But and you know what? You know what these motherfuckers would do? They would say 1, 2, 3. That's enough for me, and then they would drink for more than 3 seconds. And I'm like, motherfucker. Like I just got scammed out of like more drinking time. Because this dude had to, be a little snarky. So that was pretty annoying. Anyway, country kids will like make, at least maybe in my school, but country kids will like make fun of autistic kids and stuff, or like even just like weird kids like me for having special interests, and then they'll see like a pickup truck, like an old 90s pickup truck owned by like a pedophile out on the street, and they'll flip the fuck out. It's like, dude, you are making fun of yourself. Like like they make fun of people for having like like special different interests, and then you're going out and you're back in your garage and you're fucking your car. That's what they do, bro. I swear to God. They talk all this shit and then they're fucking their pickup truck. I know that's what they're doing, bro. Be honest. I know you're sticking it into the exhaust pipe. And there's not much wrong with that, right? But I'm just saying that it's very hypocritical, and these let's be real, these country kids, they don't have their IQ probably isn't that great, right? So they don't realize that they're being hypocritical, but it's like, goddamn, bro. You're really gonna do that? Anyway. Yeah, there's that. What should I talk about next? It's a pretty good question. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go off with a bang here, and I'm gonna say that carjacking should honestly be an Olympic sport. And I don't mean like what you're doing in the hood and stealing cars. I mean like jacking in a different way, jacking off. Because dude, that's gotta take incredible skill. If you're busting a fat one in your car while you're driving, like, I have so much respect for those kind of people. Because again, like, you gotta admit, that's some fucking skill right there. And that's why I think it should be an Olympic sport. Winter Olympics that just happened. I think the other normal Olympics is happening soon, maybe. But I think they should add carjacking, because you gotta focus on the road, first of all, which, big thing when you're driving, obviously. But then you're also cranking it, so you gotta focus on that. And then you've got one hand on the steering wheel. And then you also got to think about something to jack off to, right? You're not just gonna jack off to the highway. So it's just an incredible feats in like multitasking. That's the bulk of it. If you are carjacking, you are a master of multitasking. And again, it should be an Olympic sport. And there's some physical endurance too, with the motion of your hands going up and down. So it's not just like, being focused. It's also there's some physical things. So you'll probably have to train your arms. Yeah, you probably have to train. Well, at least one arm you'll have to train. The other one, I guess, can just stay on the wheel. It's fine. Might have to train your feet as well, because one end of the steering wheel, not very safe. So you're gonna have to keep a steady eye on that brake pedal, in case anything. Oh shit. In case anything is, I guess, gonna go wrong, or whatever. So yeah, there's that. I think carjacking should be an Olympic sport. If anyone is on the Olympic, the National Olympics Committee or whatever, if you're one of the board members, hey, call me up, bro, because I got an amazing idea to present to them. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I think all the footage recorded here, so that's pretty awesome. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm sorry this took so long, but I promise I had better things to do, which was nothing. I did nothing. I didn't mean to press again. Hold on. You're going to get a couple more seconds of me. Alright guys, here is my new segment for this channel. Here is Pipe's question of the day. That's right, Pipe is choosing these questions, and I am going to be answering them. So, if you're mad that I didn't choose your question, well, it wasn't me. It was Pipe, and you can't get mad at Pipe. So, you'd best shut up. But anyways, Pipe has decided to choose raptor attacks question here. So we'll just read it. If all finger/toenail clippers became sentient life forms that feel pain, what would you do? Would you A, set them free into the wild, disregard all ethical concerns and continue using them to trim your nails, ignore the crisis and use a chainsaw instead, or move to Kyrgyzstan? Explain your choice and why. Well, first of all, D is very promising, but I'm pretty sure Kyrgyzstan is like kind of close to Israel, so gonna have to pass on that one. But I think I'm going to leave this to the experts and just choose C. I would much rather use a chainsaw instead. So yeah, I think even like a chainsaw would honestly be better because you could really get more. You could really like what's the word I'm looking for? Especially like those people who have like really long nails. Like I don't know if a clipper can really fix those up. So I think a chainsaw would actually be better. And it would make my nails look much different than everyone else's, right? And make me stand out. So that's my answer for that one. I'll let the toenail clipper experts figure that question out. So yeah, there's that. Make sure to comment one for next video, whenever that one is. And just leave a regular comment as well, because I like hearing those. Because who knows, maybe Pipe will choose your answer. I might low-key make a contest for like an intro for this segment, so I've been thinking about that one. That'll probably happen more in the later in the future, but I've had that idea, so I don't know, maybe you can think of something. But anyways, was that segment. I totally did not forget to do this, and had to delete the video that I was uploading because I forgot it. No. why would I ever do that? That's insane of you to think. All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Subscribing would be cool. I really want this channel to really want the second channel to, get big, because we're at like 20 subscribers right now, but I still want more. I still want my regular audience on my main channel to get over here, so share. Bye.